So recently, my girlfriend and I have been rewatching Adventure Time for what is probably like the third time, and I think I found what might be the best episode of Adventure Time, if not the very least, my favorite episode of Adventure Time. You know, as a 90s and early 2000s kid, I always thought that I had some of the best cartoons growing up, but honestly, Adventure Time is probably the best show to ever come out on Cartoon Network. Like, this show was absolutely made for video game, fantasy-loving D&D nerds like myself. From its random, hilarious humor to its amazingly fleshed-out cast of characters to its, at times, shockingly deep and profound storytelling. To me, Adventure Time is right up there with the likes of Avatar: The Last Airbender as one of the best American cartoons ever made. Hello everyone, I am Finn. Welcome back to Finn Films. Join me today as I want to talk to you guys about what I think is the best episode of Adventure Time. Out of all of the 283 episodes of Adventure Time aired, I think that this one might be the best. A little episode called BMO Noire. So, trying to pick the best episode of Adventure Time is like trying to pick which one of your pets is your favorite. Like, is there honestly really a right answer here? I'm sure every single Adventure Time fan probably has their own opinion on what they think the best episode of this series is, and honestly, there are some pretty good choices. We are pretty spoiled for choice with just how many, like, immaculate good episodes of Adventure Time there are, as well as just, like, the sheer diversity of the types of episodes in this series. Like, you could easily pick a more kind of serious episode, a more emotional episode, like the episode I Remember You, which focuses around the relationship between Marceline and Ice King. Or you could pick one of the more absolutely insane over-the-top episodes, like the episodes No One Can Hear You, where Finn has to deal with a psychopathic deer in an episode that is very much an homage to every famous horror film. Or perhaps the absolute existential roller coaster that was the episode Pahoy, where Finn lives out an entire lifetime in a parallel pillow dimension. Or you could literally pick any one of the many Fiona and Cake episodes. For me, though, I think that the best episode of Adventure Time is the episode that I have watched probably more times than any other episode in this entire series. An episode that makes me laugh literally every single time that I watch it, and an episode that focuses around one of my favorite characters, that episode being BMO Noire. So if it isn't obvious, BMO Noire is one of several episodes that focuses entirely around one character, that character being BMO. BMO is a hilarious little video game console who seemingly wants nothing more than to be a real-life living little boy. One of the hilarious kind of themes of Adventure Time is that BMO has this insanely active imagination, and according to Finn, BMO does weird junk all the time at home when no one else is around.
What the?
You see, man? I told you.
This is nuts.
Prove that BMO does weird junk when nobody's around. Check.
As we see this play out in several BMO-themed episodes where his imagination runs absolutely wild, whether that's him talking to his own reflection and literally manifesting it as another real person, a person that he refers to as Football.
Oh, hello. Who are you? My name is Football. What's yours? I am BMO.
Or maybe that's going on a Wild West cowboy Red Dead Redemption-inspired roleplay adventure.
I used to be a guy who ran from club with the wind at my back and the devil on my shoulder. Now I'm the guy chasing those guys.
Or maybe that's acting out an entire noir fantasy complete with voices and dialogue to inanimate objects and animals around the house like in BMO Noire. And goddamn, is it fucking amazing? So the episode opens as we see Finn and Jake getting ready to set out on some sort of adventure. But Finn is unable to find one of his socks, the two getting into an argument over it. It is here we are then transported into BMO's fantasy world, as the colors of the show suddenly shift to black and white, a dark, jazzy sting reminiscent of old school crime noir shows, serenading our ear as BMO turns towards the camera, dropping his game controller and then stepping on it like a cigarette, as we hear BMO's detective inner monologue.
It looked like a tough case to crack.
As we watch Finn and Jake head out of the home, BMO snapping a photo of Finn's remaining sock, where he gets his first break in the case.
Ronnie.
BMO gives chase to the mouse, finally cornering him with a dramatic sting.
Hello, Ronnie. What do you want, BMO?
BMO questions Ronnie about the missing sock, but Ronnie denies having any involvement with it. BMO finally seeing a familiar lipstick stain on Ronnie's shoulder, an old love interest of BMO's, Lorraine.
Calm down, big guy. Me and Lorraine are dinosaur bones.
Now, I grew up on watching kind of classic noir era crime shows and movies with my dad, as well as listening to like classic radio shows on Sirius XM and playing games like LA Noire. So to see Adventure Time so absolutely perfectly capture the kind of noir era crime drama and all of its hilarious over-the-top like silly themes, and doing so in a hilarious over-the-top silly way that only a BMO episode can do, absolutely kills me, man. We watch BMO continue to interrogate the mouse Ronnie. Again, this is BMO's over-the-top imagination at work, BMO playing out this entire crime noir drama roleplay in his mind, BMO's voice actress Nikki Yang voicing every single character that appears in this episode outside of Finn and Jake. BMO threatens to beat Ronnie up if he doesn't give him the information in this very kind of classic 1940s like noir detective guy trope, which is oftentimes referred to in cinema as the hard-boiled detective.
What if I put some knuckle in your eyeballs? Would that help, you think?
Ronnie pointing out a grape juice stain on Finn's sock, saying that BMO should check the pantry. BMO, still distrustful of Ronnie, goes and checks the pantry, finding the grape juice not even opened, when suddenly the door closes, BMO falling right into a trap. BMO bangs on the door suddenly opening, BMO coming face to face with Officer Davis, aka a cat. The police officer, aka the cat, tells BMO to stay out of police business, but being the shrewd PI BMO is, he doesn't listen. Wanting to find Ronnie, he goes to the one lady that can give him information, Lorraine.
She looked as beautiful as ever.
Bro, this scene absolutely kills me like every single time, from the way that the music shifts to this very jazzy kind of sexy beat almost, to BMO's line that she looked as beautiful as ever, as we see the empty-headed kind of face of this chicken look at the camera with lipstick smeared across its beak. This shit is like legit comedy gold, man. BMO then questions his ex and love interest Lorraine about the missing sock. Lorraine playing hardball and acting like she has no idea what he is talking about. BMO telling her to give up Ronnie's location. Lorraine laughing, saying that maybe if Ronnie was man enough to steal a sock, she wouldn't have spent her nights with Bebe. Yeah, on many occasions, Adventure Time really kind of pushed the envelope on what Cartoon Network would allow and deem acceptable for kids, and that line was definitely one of them. BMO then plays along, asking if what Lorraine means is that Bebe is man enough to steal a sock. Lorraine letting slip that Bebe doesn't know anything about Finn's sock. BMO catching her in this lie, as he never said a word about the sock being Finn's. Lorraine then crumbling, saying that Bebe stole the sock, and that she asks if BMO could just forget about all of this. BMO saying that forgetting isn't in his job description. Lorraine then giving us what is easily one of the best lines in this entire episode.
Does this mean you still remember us?
BMO then leaving, as Lorraine asks him not to tell Ronnie about her and Bebe, saying, "You know how he gets when he's jealous," as the camera pans up into the rafters where we see the mouse Ronnie has been listening the entire time. Like, holy shit, dude, the script writing for this random BMO episode of Adventure Time, this is absolute cinema. Like, this shit goes so freaking hard, especially when you realize that this is just one of several random BMO episodes, but they obviously put so much time and love into this episode, and it's so good. Next, we get what is easily my favorite line from this entire episode.
Bebe owned Bebe's, a dance club downtown. He yells at ladies.
Like, oh my god, dude, I've seen this episode at least 10 times, and every single time he says, he yells at ladies, it legit kills me, literally every single time. So we see that Bebe, the dance club owner, is the TV remote. Again, BMO's imagination running wild in this episode, as BMO begins, forcefully interrogating him about the location of the stolen sock. BMO telling Bebe that Lorraine sold him out, and he needs to come clean. Bebe crumbling at BMO's rough treatment, and Lorraine's betrayal, saying that it was Ronnie who stole the sock, not him, and that he doesn't know why Lorraine would pin this on him. BMO then heading to the bathroom to, in his words,
I'm gonna go wash this schmutz off my grabbers.
In the bathroom, BMO runs over all of the information he has gathered so far, and how none of this makes any sense. BMO heading back to talk to Bebe, where he finds him dead.
Baby? Baby! Dead!
BMO panicking as the cops show up, BMO realizing that he has been set up. BMO runs away from the cops as jazzy, upbeat chase music fills our ears, BMO role-playing a shootout as he then trips and falls down the tree fort ladder, hitting his head. Here, BMO has a series of strange dreams and visions, as we see different point of view segments of BMO himself performing many actions of the characters that we've seen in the play so far. For example, like putting the lipstick on Moraine and removing the batteries from the remote, aka killing Bebe. BMO finally turning toward the camera with this hilarious and extremely creepy face as we hear the voice of Neptr waking BMO up in the treasure room. Neptr telling BMO that no one has been down there all day except for him, BMO, and Ronnie, and that about a sock's worth of treasure has gone missing from the room. BMO scampering up the ladder as he realizes that Ronnie took the sock to carry the stolen treasure, and that he had to whack Bebe to keep him from squealing and pinning the rap on him. Neptr then asks BMO to hang out with him more, seeing as they are both robots. BMO hitting Neptr what is by far one of the most savage lines in all of Adventure Time.
No, Neptr, I am not like you.
Like, goddamn, dude, what did poor Neptr and Andy Milonakis do to deserve that? BMO heads back upstairs where we see a chalk outline of Ronnie with a stain of red, a discarded ketchup packet lingering nearby, obviously signifying this is supposed to be blood. The cops telling BMO that he's off the hook for the murder of Bebe, that they know it was Ronnie who did it and then stole the treasure, and they found a confession note on him after the shootout. BMO unable to shake the feeling that he is missing something in this case, as he looks down at his hands realizing that the letter had been written with lipstick. Lorraine's lipstick. BMO rushes outside to find Lorraine the chicken sitting on a floating barrel with the stolen treasure. Lorraine confessing to having planned the entire thing from the start, using Ronnie and Bebe as a setup to get the loot. BMO then asking her about the sock, Lorraine saying she hid it where no one could find it.
Oh, that old thing? I hid that where no one would ever find it. In our secret grown-up kissing spot. Remember?
As the barrel floats away to the other side of the pond, Lorraine bidding BMO farewell. The color then changes back to normal as Finn and Jake arrive home from their wild adventure, which we later see takes place in the episode Princess Potluck, linking these two episodes together. BMO showing Finn that his sock was in the pillow the entire time. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Finn's pillow was BMO and Lorraine's secret kissing spot. BMO then retelling his detective noir story to the guys, Finn being happy that BMO found his sock, while Jake comes away with the real important information.
Our chicken's name is Lorraine?
BMO saying that she is hot like Red Hot Pizza Supper as the episode ends. I absolutely adore this episode, man. In a random, very chaotic, like fueled series like Adventure Time, where it feels like literally anything is possible in this series, somehow a noir-themed episode featuring BMO is the most out there episode in this entire series. This episode doing a really funny and amazing job at teasing out that this entire drama that we watch unfold is in fact all manifesting in kind of BMO's mind in an almost like the machinist type way. But like they never come out and say this, instead they leave this up to us, the audience, to really kind of put together all of the pieces and like note all of like the clues here, making for a hilarious and somehow super in-depth like noir drama that honestly I never would have imagined would come from a like child's cartoon like Adventure Time of all things. Pendleton Ward, the creator of Adventure Time, has gone on record citing that the filmmaker David Lynch is one of his biggest inspirations in media, and I think you can really tell that from this episode, as again, Lynch is a famous director and filmmaker, specifically for his works in the the drama genre. Lynch having worked on several notable neo-noir kind of crime drama movies such as Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive. If you are someone who loves the noir genre as much as I do, or maybe you've just played a game like LA Noire, absolute banger game by the way, low-key one of Rockstar's best games they've ever made, then you probably also picked up all of the very notable and obvious kind of noir references and tropes in this episode. From the black and white photography to the dramatic contrasting lighting and shadows, the use of narrative voiceovers, the setups, the double cross, the flashback, the protagonist of the story being what is referred to as the hard-boiled detective, which is very much an anti-hero who uses violence to find the bad guys, and of course the use of the femme fatale character archetype, an attractive and seductive woman who causes disaster to any man involved with her, aka Lorraine. Not to get all like uppity and like highbrow in like terms of kind of analyzing media here, but like from a cinematic and storyline kind of like perspective point of view, BMO Noire is legit like a work of art and is simultaneously fucking hilarious in every single scene in this episode. This episode's having what is honestly some of my favorite lines in the entirety of Adventure Time. It's really a shame that we never got a BMO Noire 2 episode, and honestly, it is kind of a travesty that we didn't get more BMO-centered episodes in the entirety of the Adventure Time series as a whole. Even still though, I think that Adventure Time will go down as one of the best American cartoons ever made, and easily one of the best shows ever to air on Cartoon Network, and personally, I think that BMO Noire might just be the best episode of Adventure Time ever made. As always guys, with most of my videos, these are just my thoughts and opinions, so feel free to let me know yours in the comment section down below. What did you think the best episode of Adventure Time is, and what do you think of BMO Noire? Do you love it as much as I do? Thank you guys again for watching my video. If you did enjoy this video, learn something new, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, as that is the easiest way to support me, and it really does go a long way to putting this video into the algorithm. If you did enjoy this video, then why don't you check out some of my other content on screen now, and as always, I hope to see you in the next one. Until next time guys, stay safe out there. Peace, love, Auto.